What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Protein Packed Desserts. And today I have a quick, easy brownie batter protein ball and cake batter protein ball recipe. So yesterday I kind of played around with some combinations and found the perfect just combo of ingredients that make a great texture, great taste, and we have to make more because I ate them all. So let's get started. So now we are going to get our ingredients together to make our brownie batter bites. So in the bowl I have half a cup of chocolate protein powder, and then in this bowl I have 2 tablespoons Truvia, but you can use whatever low-cal sweetener you'd like, 1 tablespoon cocoa powder, and 6 tablespoons of almond flour. But again, you can use whichever type of flour you'd like. If you prefer coconut flour, feel free to add that instead. Now we are going to move to the wet ingredients. So here I have 5 tablespoons of water. And then I've melted 1 tablespoon of ghee. And finally, just a dash of vanilla extract. And for this recipe, I use a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now we mix it all together. And you're going to want to mix it until it's all combined and you don't see any more powder. And I noticed mine wasn't quite the consistency I wanted, so I added just a touch more almond flour. This isn't exact science, so just play around with it to the consistency you like. So now we're going to roll them out into balls, any size you'd like. I like to make about 6, so that's how I'm kind of going to eyeball it. And you might notice the batter is really sticky. As you see, it's sticking to my hands a bit. Don't worry. These are next going to go in the fridge, and then they firm up quite a bit. And as you'll see when we roll them again and dip them in the sprinkles, you're able to get a nice ball. So if you're thinking this is way too sticky, I did something wrong, you're good. Plus, go ahead, shamelessly lick your fingers, once you get these in the fridge. I won't judge, I did it. But anyways, so now we have our 6 balls, and like I said, into the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so we are moving on to our cake batter bites, and you will notice that this recipe is quite similar to the brownie batter. First change though is our protein powder flavor. This time I'm adding half a cup of the birthday cake cupcakes with extra frosting and sprinkles from Unico. Then in goes our 6 tablespoons of almond flour and 2 tablespoons Truvia, 5 tablespoons of water, and 1 tablespoon melted ghee. And I forgot to add this earlier, but if you prefer coconut oil or that's what you have on hand, feel free to use that instead. Again, this is a pretty flexible and very customizable recipe to your preferences, so just have fun with it and see what you come up with. But just like the last time, mix until all that powder is combined, and then we're going to get our plate and roll these bad boys out. Again, I made 6, and it will be pretty sticky again, but don't panic. Just like the brownie batter bites, they are going to go in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes and firm up so that you can actually get a nice smooth roll on them and then dip them into sprinkles or whatever you please, or you don't even have to dip them. Whoops, you caught me. Started eating one before the camera was going. But wow. And that tastes just like
cake batter that I used to scoop out of the bowl when, you know, my family and I would make cake as a kid. Really good. Probably could use a little more time in the fridge to firm up, but I'm impatient. But let's try one of these brownie ones. These have been in the fridge a little longer, so a little more firm, but so good. So good, wow. I will put at the end of this video the nutrition facts for you, and in the description below I'll have the recipe and ingredients to use. But the nice thing about this is it's really customizable, you know, depending on the protein powder you have. If you have vanilla, you can use vanilla in this, chocolate peanut butter, and two, you can use coconut oil instead of ghee, or coconut flour instead of almond flour. So, and as you might have noticed, you know, it's not a perfect science. So if your batter isn't as thick as you'd like, throw in a little more protein powder, a little more flour. I typically like them a little softer just because that's what batter is, you know, you're scooping it up and eating it. So I don't mind them being a little soft, but seriously, these are so easy to make. Give them a try. I'd like to say this, I'll share with my husband, so I won't eat all of it today, but, you know, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you want to see more quick, easy protein recipes, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. See you guys.